Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today with a very special video of an unboxing slash review of the brand new Black Lobelia figure by Espresto. As you can see right there, she looks fantastic. And I'm very excited for this figure because this has been a figure that I've been anticipating for a very long time, because this is the first Black Lobelia figure in circulation, I believe. I know there's a couple more that are going to come out eventually. I know Taito just announced one quite a while ago, which I'm very excited for, and I will love to compare that in the future. But as of now, I finally got my hands on this figure, and a little slight spoilers, I think it's fantastic, and I can't wait to tell you guys why it's so good. Now, before I go any further with this review slash unboxing, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my dress up darling, as well as all my anime and manga content and unboxing content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's start talking about this figure. So this figure is by Espresto, and if you guys know anything about figure collecting, this is a prize figure. It's a very inexpensive figure. For the most part, it's under $30 or so. Personally, I got this for I think $30 after shipping and all that. So it's a pretty affordable figure, and why not? And that's one of the main reasons I wanted to get it and review it as soon as possible, because I want to make sure that, if you guys see this review, you guys can be, if you guys were in the fence, like, should I get this figure, should I not? I think for the most part, you guys will be pleased, especially once I get a closer look into the figure and show you guys how, it really looks up close in person. But besides that, I think that obviously Bandai makes great figures. I mean, if you know any kind of shonens or any kind of prize figures, Bandai does a lot of them. Some of them might be a hit or miss. Yes, absolutely. But I think that this was definitely a hit. I think they definitely nailed it. And pretty much I will show you guys why exactly they nailed it, and I think what the things that they did right, as well as some things that they did wrong or they could have improved upon. But enough of me yapping. I'll transition to me showing you guys the figure up close and the packaging and all that. So yeah, let's see how the figure looks. So taking a closer look into the box, you see this beautiful illustration of the Black Lobelia figure, which looks great. And then on the side, we also get another illustration of it. And all the promotional pictures just look good. I think the photographer did a good job pretty much displaying how good the figure is going to look like. And then in the back, we just got a bunch of labeling, and same thing on the top, which is the logo of the series. And then finally, this how when you open the box is the first thing you will see. And once you take all that, this is how the figure looks. It's protected and wrapped. And then after that, this is how the figure looks when it's finally displayed. I'm gonna focus right now on a close-up on the face, because I think they absolutely nailed the face sculpt. I think the face sculpt looks really good for a prize figure, especially. I think they absolutely nailed it. I like how kind of the eyes give you like a glossy thing, like when you see like the lighting in the camera, you can kind of, it sees a little reflective right there, as you could tell. There's a little glare, so I think it looks cool. But yeah, I think this likeness looks amazing. I think they really nailed it. I also wanted to point out that I really like the sculpt on the corset section of the figure. They really nailed it. I think this corset looks really fine detailed for the price range. Like I said, this is a relatively cheap figure, so I like when they go the extra mile for stuff like this, and I think they definitely did. There's the gem as well as the bust. I think they obviously looks good. No complaints here. And also the lower area where we see the boots, it's like a glossy black plastic, which I think it's cool because it contrasts some of the other blacks in the figure. So I like how it's a little more glossy. I like how the legs have a little bit of thickness to them, because obviously we know that whenever there's like some high knee boots, obviously the thighs are going to be showing off, and they definitely do. I think it looks really good. And then the hair, I think the hair looks good. Nothing extraordinary, but I think it's pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's for the price. I think they, it's kind of very basic looking, but hey, I think they, with some shading and darker tones on the hair, make it pop out more. Yeah, sure, I guess. But I mean, overall, I think the figure looks good. Also, the dress section, like the little tutu or whatever you want to call it, that it's kind of like see-through, as you can tell. Like I'm literally you can literally see through the dress itself, which looks good. Like the tutu, whatever they're called. Yeah, you can see through. It's like a translucent kind of plastic, which you also get to see the back area of the figure, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. There's the Marin butt. Great to know that you can at least see it. But yeah, I think that it's pretty cool. They could have just like they could have just taken half measures and not even gone the extra mile, but I like how they use the translucent plastic. And there's another side angle of the figure. I think it looks good. I like the pose and everything. My only complaint I would say about the figure is that it's kind of looking at you downwards. So if you do display her, you have to make sure that it's a little bit high up in a shelf or something so you can at least see the face. Otherwise, her face will be kind of covered by the hat. But yeah, now that I've shown you guys the figure, I want to show you guys a couple size comparisons between this and other Marin figures that I have, just for some scaling. And starting off, this is a T-most, the Marin figure from Taito. I think this looks really good. Sadly, they don't scale together well, but I think in the display it'll look nice. This is the Aniplex Bikini Marin, the swimsuit one. I think this is also, once again, a little bit too tall for this. I think these are 1/6 scales or some 1/7. Also talking about tiny, this is the D-Tiny, noodle stomper, whatever it's called, Marin figure by Furyu. And lastly, this is the Shizuku-tan figure by the Taito Master Line, and this looks fantastic. It looks gonna look amazing. But yeah, after all these size comparisons, I just want to go back to the studio and give you guys my closing thoughts on the figure. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit. So in conclusion, I think that this figure is great. I think it's a great buy. I think it's a must buy actually for any My Dress Up Darling fan, especially for the price. Like I said, especially when there's so many Marin figures out there of her in scales, like more expensive. You're looking at triple digits in some cases. But I think that Bandai did a great job, demonstrating a figure of a character that has not been portrayed in a figure form just yet. I mean, I think for me, Black Lobelia's design is fantastic. I think it's one of the better ones in the series, at least. And I think that they really nailed it for the price range and what were they able to accomplish for, like I said, for the limited budget they had, obviously, because they can't really, printing out like scale figure quality figures. But I think that this is a great figure for the price. And I'm very excited to see what more figures they make. And like I said, other companies are making more Marin figures, which, you can never have too many, right? Maybe there has been too many Marin figures, but hey, I'm not complaining. The more the better, because, if one of them looks better than the previous one, you can just get rid of your last one by selling it or something, getting the new one. So with this Black Lobelia, eventually, like I said, I'm very curious to see how that Taito one looks, because obviously if you guys seen the Rize and the Shizuku-tan versions of these bigger scale cosplays of Marin in the Taito form, they've done a great job. I personally don't have the Shizuku because I already had the AMP Master Line, whatever it's called, the one that she's laying down on the pillows and all that. I already had that Shizuku-tan figure, so I was like, should I really get it? But maybe if I see it up close in person for a good price, maybe I might get it. Maybe I give maybe I get the other one to my girlfriend or something, but who knows? But yeah, I think this figure is awesome. I think it's really, really cool. I think the paint job came out great in mine specifically, because that's a big worry. I know for some price figures out there where the quality control can be a hit or miss. It can be absolutely terrible, or it can be actually like on point. Thankfully for me, I would like to think that it was actually pretty good, all things considered. But yeah, overall, this figure, I think it's great. I'm very happy with my purchase. I don't really have any major complaints except for the ones, maybe the little nitpicks I mentioned in the video. But besides that, I mean, I can live with them. And for, like I said, it's going to be a great centerpiece in my entire My Dress Up Darling setup, which was obviously the figures I showed you for scale comparisons. So I think it's going to be nicely paired up. And I can't wait to pretty much complete the cosplays eventually when they do make figures of all of them, because we do know that they just announced a Veronica figure from Taito, so that's awesome. They also announced I'm sure they'll announce an Ariza, is that her name? Or yeah, I think that's the bunny girl, right? I'm sure they'll announce one once second season comes out. Same thing with the non-cosplay and all that. Pretty much all the cosplays. Can't wait for all of them to eventually come into figure form so I can display them all, and it's going to look like awesome. It's going to be my nice little My Dress Up Darling setup. But yeah, in conclusion, buy this figure. If I haven't like yapped enough, I mean, my voice is going out because obviously yapping too much, right? But yeah, with all that being said, what did you guys think about this figure? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was all right? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more My Dress Up Darling, as well as more anime and manga content and unboxings in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.